We're celebrating International Women's Day. Yay! I'm Beta Lucca, also known as Roberta Lucca. I co-founded this company here, Bossa Studios, creators of Surgeon Simulator and I Am Bread. Research shows that when applying for jobs, men click apply when they think they match 30% of the role requirement, and women click apply when they think they match 70% of the role required. One day I was speaking at a university in the UK, and a lady confessed to me at the end that she was looking for a job for a few months and no replies from any employers. And then she decided to change her name to a male name, and she started to get some replies. That's a true story. But that's the world that we're living. So we need to understand what is going on around us, what are the statistics, what are the impactful things that we can do inside the organizations to change the ratio, to change the way that men and women are seen, and how to embrace more diversity, especially in the games and technology industries. During these 8 years that I have been building Bossa Studios with my co-founders and an amazing team, I learned so much through failing, but I learned so much through trying different things that no one had tried before in the market. And I think we're better because we nailed 3 things that I believe is fundamental for both people who are working in your teams and people who are trying to get into the industry or trying to get into your company. First thing is about self-awareness. I'm talking about how we behave inside the workplace. Men and women attribute success and failure in different ways in the workplace. When women succeed, they don't think they were responsible for that. They usually would say, oh, that was my team, I had a great support, or even I was lucky. And when they fail, they attribute that to themselves. They take it personally. They say, I was responsible for failing on that task or that project. The man is totally the opposite. Why is this important? Because we need to understand the nuances of languages and how we behave in these very different situations in the workplace so that we can adjust our management styles to each individual in our team. Also, there is a belief system around that as well. Women believe that we can only get a promotion based on accomplishment. So we all the time heads down, doing more, investing ourselves, learning more, doing more, and we're never talking about our potential. To our leaders, to our managers, to our colleagues. It's probably like a criticism of women. I am a woman as well, so I suffer from this many years of my life. I think the consequence of that is that when you go and let's say you leave your job to start a new company, to become a female founder, you believe that everything you need to do is to communicate on the thing that you've built. So let's say that you create a new game and you pitch into an investor. You go and say, this is the little thing that I just built in 6 months' time. While what you should be doing is to pitch your big vision, your potential. Why you're the one who's going to make this little thing transform into something super impactful to the world. And that's super applicable to when you're applying for jobs as well. You want to tell the manager who's hiring you the potential that you have to really impact and contribute to that company. Not only about everything that you've done in the past. It's not only about what men can do, but also what women can do. We need to break the cycle. Otherwise, all of us keep on reinforcing our unconscious bias. I think what helped me to have the courage to go into a very male-dominated industry is connected to my second point, which is role models, or lack of them. I believe there is a reason why I don't follow the stereotypical female behavior. It's because I had a really present role model in my life, which is my mom. My mom is now retired, but she was a massive high achiever. She worked in a very large financial institution back in Brazil, in an environment that was, still is very male-dominated as well. And as I was growing up, I could see her going out and being independent and doing her own thing. I could see her going to work every day. So that picture of a woman actually making things happen and fighting for the rights and kind of, making their own money and working full time was always in my mind. I could see that when you want to change something, you can be an active force of change. And so I deeply believe that there is a way for us to change gender diversity in our workplace and in our lives, right? It is possible. It's all about taking the right actions at the right time. Again, I'm not talking about how to change all the policies in our countries. I know this is way more complex. It's like we have a situation in this country about expensive childcare, not every woman even want to be working, right? So I'm not saying that we should change that. What I'm trying to say is that role models are ridiculously important. So while the world is changing around us, I think we have a lot of things that we can do in our day-to-day individual basis and companies that would actually encourage more women to speak up, to encourage them to be talking about themselves and being the role models of the future. Before I started Bossa, I worked at Nokia. And I still remember when I was that woman that was literally heads down, achieving, and not talking enough about the projects I was running. My boss was fundamental to actually encourage me to say, no, in the company annual meeting, you're going to go on stage and talk about the project that you're running. Because you are the one who's doing that and you should be the one talking for yourself. And that changed everything. I mean, I think I can only do that to you today or even talk on stage because of that moment of transition that I was like, I can actually do that. And it's all a matter of practicing. And the more I practice, the better I'm going to be. And that leads me to the third point, consistent action. I'm not an activist and I couldn't even dare to be because, my broken English, but I do feel a massive responsibility to change things. In the words of the Dalai Lama, if you think you're too small to make a difference, try sleeping with a mosquito. Right? Have you tried? I can't. Our small and consistent actions do make a huge difference. Just wait, a young British physicist started a movement to write bios of high-achieving women on Wikipedia after she realized that a lot of her role models in science were not there, only men. See, a small thing can make a huge difference, and it can be contagious. She started that and it became a big thing all over the world. When you're doing something that is beneficial to millions of people, it becomes contagious and you can actually create massive change. So my question to you today that I want you to put in the comments is, what are you going to do to be that mosquito in the room? What is the small action you're going to take that could lead to a massive change? As we wrap up for today, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Follow Bossa Studios and me on social media, everywhere, Medium, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all the links are below. Thanks for watching. If you want to watch a video about how to find your passion, go here. If you want to watch another video that YouTube is going to recommend the best one for you, go here.